What I can tell the fan is that this is one of the most important turning points in my life and in my career. And it definitely has left its mark in the world. I wanted people to see this concert for ever. I wanted to go out there. I wanted to tell them what happened. And you know what they say, if it's not on video, it never happened. I started that 25 years ago. I was saying that. When I came up with the idea I was in Kalamata, in my hometown, on the balcony on a summer night with a couple of my friends. And one of them said, you know, I saw a picture of the Herodoticus Theater, and I think that's where someday you should do a concert. And I went, yeah, okay, sure. How are we going to get in there? Who's going to let us take that over and put lights in? And you know, that's impossible. That was 2 years before the actual concert took place. The idea stuck with me. And I kept looking at it and I'm going, I know it's impossible, but I love impossible tasks. It's like, as soon as you say the word impossible, you just turn the key to magic for me. It was like I put it in my mind and I did not want to let it go. I was going to make that happen. Took my breath away when I began, and it began looking like it was going to happen. It began looking like, well, we'll consider it, we'll see how it goes, and a lot of talking and a lot of red tape, of course, as you can imagine. I was told it will fail. I wasn't just told don't do it. I wasn't just told, well, you have a chance. I was told by everybody around me, with the exception of a couple of members of my close family and a couple of friends, who said, do it, just do it. If you could pull this off, just do it. It's going to be magical. The rest of them went, not only we're not going to support you, we're not going to give you any money. I dare say my record companies. Everybody. They just say, absolutely not, don't do it. You're going to fail. This is doomed to fail. You're going to become poor. You're going to lose all your money. And it's going to go for a dive in the ocean. I love a challenge. I just love that. When they went and said that to me, I went, okay, now I'm going to teach you a life lesson. Watch me do it. When the magic happened, I knew it. I knew I had something that is unrepeatable. People have to understand that. This is unrepeatable. You can never do this again. No one can do this again, not even I. Even if you told me the next day, do it again, it wouldn't be the same. It was that particular moment in time encapsulated that captured the magic and also makes it magical. Later, as the years went by, 25 to be exact, I thought, is there any way to take this VHS and turn it into 1080p, 16 by 9, improve and enhance the experience without destroying the magic that it contains in it, without fixing it too much. You can't just go in there and take something that's classic, like the Acropolis concert, and start pushing things around and making, oh, it looks better, sounds better. So what? But you just ruined it. So I approached it with a very light touch. Creating the set list for the Acropolis tour was not an easy task, because I know a lot of the songs that are favorites that people must hear, but also the concert is going to last 2.5 hours. So I must try to play as many of the Acropolis songs as I can in their entirety, because a lot of times I tend to make them into medleys so I can fit more songs per concert. I pretty much knew right away which songs had to be there, and they are. But also, again, that's where the past and the present become one. Here's something I've never said before. I was told by someone very dear to me, very close to me, that if you win this battle, if you actually manage to make the impossible possible and go to Greece and perform at the Herodoticus Theater, you're Superman like with kryptonite. You can't be... You lose your strength when you're there, because it brings back all the memories of weaknesses when you were younger and all the bad things that happened. And, you know, when you're a young kid, you don't have as much strength, as much power over what your life is going to be like. All the issues that arose when I was a kid showed up. And she told me that if I was able to complete this task, all that would go away. Guess what? It did. It did. I was free. I never said this before. It's the first time. I was free all of a sudden. I just realized, okay, I'm done with this part. I have accepted the challenge, and I have emerged victorious on the other end. Thank you very much. I accept. I'm not trying to recreate the Acropolis. I'm celebrating the fact I'm here, that I can play these songs 25 years later, and people are interested to come and see it. I know how much this particular event has meant for millions of people around the world. How many families have come together? How many generations of people? I see 6-year-olds and mom and grandma and grandpa, and you can look down on my audience and you can see a guy with tattoos and a leather jacket, biker, right next to grandma, and they're both going like this. I didn't write music to do that. Nobody can do that. I wrote music because I loved that particular piece of music. It spoke to me. It expressed my emotion. And then it's like a baby. Once you let it go your studio, you have no control over it. You send it out to the world. And the world does with it what the world wants to do with it. Some people enjoy it a lot, and apparently it crossed generation barriers, language barriers. And I've said it many times before. The world's language is music. I do believe that in 2018 my music has taken a very important new meaning. I think people are beginning to catch on and catch up with what was there and what is there and what's there to come. I haven't heard myriads and myriads of stories about the healing power of my music, how people use them in any imaginable way it can cross your mind. From going through chemotherapy and the pain, unbearable pain, and loss of a loved one in the family, child, father, mother, being sick, coming off from accidents, from car accidents, and being in a bed for 4 years and still being able to walk. I actually just saw recently somebody that came to my concert, and he could not walk. He had been in an accident. And he made sure that he stood up for me. I kept saying, no. It was at the end of the concert. I kept saying, no, sit. I knew he was. No, he insisted. And the two people beside him just helped him get up, and he got up. He insisted, how do you get so deep inside people's hearts, that they want to do this for you? It's pretty amazing. We don't do anything we want. There are no rules in music. Music, again, is the world's language, and everybody understands. So you be yourself, you will be original, because there's only one of you on this planet. All it takes is you have to love it, you have to have a passion for it. In other words, and it goes on and on. I hope this helped. I love you very much.